Good evening, children. Let us start with a new chapter, that is chapter number 4, Heat. So today we will be studying about three topics under this chapter, that is introduction to the lesson and hot and cold and measuring temperature. Let's begin. In chapter 3, you people have learned that woolen cloths are made from animal fibers, and also you studied that cotton clothes are made from plant fibers. And we know that we wear woolen clothes during winter when it is very cold outside. So we prefer for woolen clothes, isn't it? And these woolen clothes keep us so warm. So that is why we wear this woolen cloths in cold condition. So we prefer to wear light colored cotton clothes when it is too hot. So this, when we wear cotton clothes, we feel very cool within, isn't it? So you might have wondered why particular types of cloths are suitable for particular season. In rainy, we wear raincoats. In summer, we wear cotton clothes. In winter, we wear woolen clothes. Isn't it? So in winter, we feel very cold inside the house. So if we just go out and we feel this, we feel that hotness in sun. So we feel very warm, isn't it? So in summer we feel very hot even if we are inside the home. So how do we know whether an object is too hot or cold? So how do we find out how hot or cold an object is? So in this chapter we will be getting answers for all our questions. Okay, so let us know the difference between hot and cold in a next slide. Let's see the difference between hot and cold. For this, you need to fill a table 4.1 which is there in your textbook, page number 35. Okay, go through this table. So in our day-to-day life, we come across number of objects, isn't it? Some of them are very hot and some of them are too cold. So if you consider a teapot, okay, so tea will be very hot. If you touch, you can feel that hotness, isn't it? And when you see ice, when you touch it, you feel cold. So list some of the object like this where you use commonly in your home in a table 4.1. So which are the substance that is hot and which are the substance that is very warm and hot. Okay, you need to fill this table. So do not touch objects which are too hot. Be careful while handling a candle flame or a stove. So when you are handling a candle flame or a stove, you should be very careful because these are very hot in nature. So we see that some objects are very cold as well. So while some are very hot. You also know that some objects are hotter than others, while some are colder than others. So how do we decide which object is hotter than other? So how do we get to know that? So how hot the substance are? So we often do it by touching the object. By touching a teapot, we can feel that hotness of tea, isn't it? What if it is too hot? We can't touch it with bare hands. So how do we measure that hotness or the temperature? How do we measure it? So we'll come to that point later. So let us perform one activity to feel the hotness or coldness of a substance. So children, there is a small activity to understand the coldness or hotness of a water. For that, you need to do this activity. It is so simple. You can perform this activity in your home itself. Activity 4.1. So what we are doing in this activity is we need to take three small tubs or containers and we need to label them as A, B and C as shown in the picture. So we need to put cold water in container A and hot water in container B. So A is a cold water and B is hot water. And next in C, we need to mix both hot water as well as cold water. So now you are supposed to dip your left hand dip your left hand in mug A, okay, and right hand in a mug B. So after keeping the hands in two mugs for 2 to 3 minutes, put both the hands simultaneously in mug C. So do both hands get the same feeling? Yes. So they won't be same feeling because A is cold water, B is hot water, and C is both cold as well as hot water. And you can't relay your hand in hot water for long time, isn't it? But the container C has both hot as well as cold water. So it doesn't seem so much odd because it is mixed with cold water. And you can relay your hand for a long time in the cold water, isn't it? So the confusion here is why can't we relay our hand for a long time in the hot water? We can't relay our hand on hot water because we feel that hotness. Okay, we can't tolerate that feel, isn't it? That's the reason we will take out our hand immediately. And how to check this, how to measure this hotness of object if it is too high, that is that hotness of an object is said to be temperature, and the temperature is measured by a device called a thermometer. Okay, so the device used to measure temperature is said to be thermometer. So we will study about thermometer in a next slide. So children, to measure a temperature, we use one device that is said to be thermometer. Thermo means heat, meter means to measure. So we are measuring a heat in terms of numericals. Okay, there are two types of thermometer. One is clinical thermometer and another one is laboratory thermometer. So today we will be studying only about clinical thermometer, and later in next class we will study about laboratory thermometer. Let us see how this clinical thermometer look like and how to measure a temperature using clinical thermometer. So children, this is how the clinical thermometer look like. You need to take this thermometer and you need to examine it carefully. This is available in the medics, but it is quite costly. Okay, so if you have a thermometer at your home, you can observe it carefully. Okay, what do you observe? So a clinical thermometer, it consists of a long, narrow and uniform glass tube. Okay, and it has a bulb at one end, and this bulb contains mercury. Mercury is a liquid metal. Okay, it is a liquid metal and it is good conductor of heat. So outside the bulb, a small shining thread of mercury can be seen. So if you do not see the mercury thread, rotate the thermometer a bit till you see it. Okay, you need to rotate it and you need to observe it. So you will also find a scale on the thermometer. So there is a scale like thing. So commonly you use a scale to draw a line. So you see the measurements there. Same way you can see a scale inside the thermometer which indicated by degree Celsius. Okay, you can see capital C is indicated by degree Celsius. And a clinical thermometer, it reads temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Okay, and how to read a thermometer. So you know how the thermometer looks like and what it consists of. Now we will learn how to read a thermometer. Okay, so first we should note the temperature difference indicated between the two bigger marks. So also we should note down the number of divisions between these marks. Suppose the bigger marks read 1 degree and 3 are 5 divisions between them. Okay, then one small division can be read as 1 by 5. So 1 divided by 5 is nothing but 0.2 degree Celsius. So now When we use it, we need to wash the thermometer, preferably with an antiseptic solution. So usually uh, we prefer water to wash it. So instead of water, we need to use antiseptic solution. So hold it firmly, okay? So don't hold it loosely so that it will fall down and it breaks. Okay, hold it firmly and give it a few jerks. You need to give few jerks to it so that the temperature will be normal. So the jerks will bring the level of mercury down. Okay, and ensure that it falls below 35 degrees Celsius. It need to be below 35. Till then you need to give a jerk on this thermometer. So now this has to be placed. Now place the bulb of thermometer under the tongue. So after 1 minute, so you need to take the thermometer out and note the reading. So this is that shows your body temperature. Okay, so the temperature should be always be stated with its unit, that is degree Celsius. C stands for Celsius or centigrade. Okay, so what could be the body temperature? The normal temperature of human body is 37 degree Celsius. Okay, and you should note the temperature in the form of unit, that is 37 degree capital C, that is Celsius. Okay, so this is about clinical thermometer and how it is used. And the temperature of every person may not be 37. Okay, it is not that every person's temperature has to be 37. It may vary also. So it could be slightly higher or slightly lower. Okay, actually what we call normal temperature is the average body temperature of a large number of a healthy person. Okay, so clinical thermometer is designed to measure the temperature of human body only, and the temperature of human body normally does not go below 35 or above 42. So that is the reason the thermometer has a range between 35 to 42 degree only. It doesn't vary. It will be in between that. So you can see in the picture also. It starts from 35 and ends with 42. So in between the temperature varies. Okay. And you can't say that every person has to be in the temperature like 35 degrees Celsius or normal 37. No. So it may vary also. So this is about clinical thermometer in brief. So I hope everyone had followed today's concept. Worksheet will be sent along with this video. Do solve it and go through this content in your textbook as well. It is easily given and it is understandable also. And solve the activity part. Okay, children. See you all. Have a good day.